What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends, and it is free to play Friday. I know technically it is Saturday, but kind of took a break yesterday. I just wasn't really in the mood to make a video, so I'll talk about that a little bit more here as we get into this episode. But hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday and a good weekend so far. I'm doing pretty good, been pretty relaxing. Done a couple of things today on Saturday, but not too bad. But we are here on the free-to-play account, and we logged in tonight. We got 50 of these legendary crafting materials, working our way into the next 2 weeks, getting a 5-star chicken and a sacred shard and some gems, which will be nice because we've been pretty low on gems as we've been farming the arena. So it is void boosted summons. Unfortunately, we don't have any void shards to pull. We just have a bunch of ancients that we're starting to save up here. So let me just go ahead and yank 10 of these mystery shards to get our daily quest started off here. And nothing really to write home about. Let's see if anything is in the shop. Let me just go ahead and grab this mystery shard. I don't see anything else here worth grabbing. There's 2 quests down. We got something free in the shop. Let's go get that. And you see we did just hit level 70, so they're hitting us up with the packs now, which honestly, that's a pretty decent one. I wouldn't mind. If this was on my main account and I got this pack, I would definitely buy that. But you can see here, when you're free to play, you don't spend any money. You get some pretty good. The $2.99 for that. It's pretty amazing. But you get some pretty good deals on most of this stuff. You know, if you're running a free to play or a very low spend account. So wish I had some of those on the main. All right, we got our free pack there. We got a couple of goodies. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Get you guys kind of caught up with the account since last week. Take a look at the Great Hall, which is continuing to improve since we're able to take advantage of the arena situation right now. You can see we've been farming basically as many matches as we possibly can. I am burning through a lot of gems, but I think it's worth it right now to get the Great Hall built up. We actually did get the 2 Great Halls to level 6 finished for the Arbiter missions, and I was able to start building up some of my other areas. Working on a couple new clan boss champions that are Force and Spirit, so that's kind of why we've been working on the defense here. I'm going to try to get a couple more of these up to 4 before we start working on our 7. But you can see here we are actually on 56 out of 75, working our way to those 2 legendary books after we got out of that logjam. And the second round of these with the arena, we're able to go ahead and clear quite a few of these now. The cool thing is we got a lot of these done. It's like when we just get to these with the potion keeps. Now, unfortunately, and this is kind of what led to me not being in the mood yesterday to make a video, is I was on this Win 5 Superior Force Potions, and the Force Keep was open yesterday, and I probably spent, I want to say, about 600 energy in the Force Keep, and I only got 2 of the big potions. So I was trying to get that finished so that I would be able to get the Void one done over the weekend, and we'd be able to just kind of plow on through and keep, because you can see how many of these we actually have done. There's our Great Hall to 6, and we would have been able to just go all the way through to the stage 10 Fire Knight mission if we had just been able to do the Void Keep this weekend. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait a while now to get that done, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. So that's a little bit annoying there. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump. We'll go into the arena and do our 5 daily matches there. So what I kind of wanted to talk about today, though, was not so much mental health, I guess, but kind of like burning out on a game. And that's basically, I think, what happened to me this week. Is on my main account, it's turned into like a total job. Just playing all day long, having to get everything done. And I'm at the point on that account where really all I have left to do is hard Doom Tower, completing faction wars, and then maybe trying to finish in Platinum Arena, which I've actually already kind of given up on the Plat finish, because without the right amount of certain Void meta champions, you're just simply not going to be able to do it. I don't have a lot of the champions that you really need for it without spending a few $1,000s of Void shards, which is something that's just not going to happen. So that's kind of a pipe dream there. But Faction Wars has been kind of driving me nuts, because I'm basically at the end of it. I'm on the stage 20 or 21 on basically all of them, and it's like I can get 1 star in the stage 21, and I've gone through and spent so much silver. I've re-geared so many champions. I have champions built very well, and they just simply just continue to fail over and over again. It's like I've invested so many resources in trying to beat these stage 21 faction wars, and it's like just not possible. And then part of the problem is I see people like on Reddit or in our clan chat or somewhere, and they're posting images of them beating like the same faction war 21s, and they're using like level 50 and level 40 champions, and I'm sitting here like, I've got like these fully booked, fully built level 60s in great gear with amazing stats, you know, built the way they're supposed to be for this content, and they just can't do it. So it kind of makes me just feel like I'm trash at the game when I see stuff like that, and it's a little depressing. But basically that's what's been bothering me a lot with this game, is like, it's just you invest so much time and so many resources, and then it's like you still can't get past the content. And when you're playing it so much, during the day when I'm supposed to be working, and you know, after work it's like I have it on 2 PCs side by side, you know, I'm running 2 accounts on 2 different screens. It's like, and I think it gets to a point where it's not fun anymore, I guess is the thing, and you have to kind of take that into consideration. So anytime a game stops becoming fun and you start like just not enjoying your time spent in it, kind of just need to take a step back. So, and for me, I've got some other issues too. Like, I don't really talk about it much, but when I was growing up, you know, there were some issues, some family issues, emotional stuff that went on, and basically, regardless of what I ever did in life, like, I was pretty much just painted as a failure. I was always told stuff wasn't good enough, and it's gonna kind of sound kind of silly, but even now, like 20, 30 years later, like, that still bothers me to an effect. And basically what happens is anytime I start struggling with something, there's like that little voice in the back of my head where I was just told so many times that I was bad at something or terrible at something, like, it kind of starts creeping in. And, you know, I have different ways I've dealt with that over the years, you know, talking to people, and then, you know, now it's pretty much I just try to stay in the gym and work out a lot to get that stress out so it doesn't bother me. But every once in a while, like, it comes back and it just kind of hits me, and it's like, you know, even something as simple as failing at something multiple times, like in a video game, it sounds silly, but I can start to hear that voice in the back of my head and it's basically just like, you suck, you're a failure, you're never going to be good at it. Excuse me, guys. So that kind of happened this week too, and it's been stressful, you know, with everything going on with the pandemic, and then, you know, not being able to go out a lot and not having much of a social life anymore, stuff like that. It all just starts adding up. You kind of have to find ways to deal with your stress, and I hadn't been doing that too well the last couple of months, but thankfully these last few weeks I've been jumping back into the gym pretty hard and getting back on track with that. So that's been pretty good, but you know, it's just kind of unfortunate. And so I just kind of had a really rough week, and then yesterday it all kind of hit me like right in the face, and it's just really bad. And so I just was like, you know what, I'm taking a break. I'm going to stop taking the game so seriously. I'm going to be just kind of relaxed for a little while. And on my main account, I just decided, you know what, if it's not fun to sit there and try to figure out faction wars, I'm just not going to do it. It you know, because it's like my thought process was kind of like, well, you know, I'm pushing and spending all this silver and re-gearing everybody, and, you know, what's it for? So I can get Lydia and then just do the same thing over and over and over again, basically. So that's kind of where I was with that last night. So I just decided, you know, I'm going to take a little bit of a step back, probably not play the game as much, because it's just like I said, it's becoming a bit of a chore, and when it stops being enjoyable, it's just something you really shouldn't continue to do. So I'm not sure what we're going to do for videos. Obviously, being in the content creator program, I am obligated basically to do 1 video a week, which of course I'm going to continue to do, obviously, to you know, hold up my end of the bargain with Plarium there. But most likely it's going to be the Free-to-Play Friday series is going to continue, because this is actually one of the few things I enjoy about this game, is actually playing on the free-to-play account, because it's really the only time I feel like I accomplish anything. You know, like I said, my main account, it's like I just don't have really anything to play for anymore, and I'm at the point where when it comes to pulling, like, pulling shards doesn't even excite me on my main account anymore, because it's like, I need basically all of the good Void legendaries. That's like all I need in my account, and I know it's like I'm just not going to get them unless I spend a ton of money, which I'm just not willing to do anymore on that account. So that's kind of where I am there. It's just, I guess, you know, a little bit of it's burnout, a little bit of it's just like not having meaningful content to play. Like, there's plenty of content to play. You know, it takes you forever to get on the game and get everything done, but it's like, at the end of the day, it just doesn't accomplish anything. You know, I've built my Bat Eater to where I'm easily 2 King Ultra Nightmare, and, you know, I could try to get that to like a 1 key or something, you know, go for that massive damage, but it's like, you know, it just goes back to the same thing. You're just going to sit there and get on the farming treadmill and farm gear all week, you know. So I don't know, just not enjoying it as much as I used to. But on like the free-to-play account, and of course I also have the minimalist challenge account, like, I actually really enjoy playing those accounts, because it's like, you don't have all the resources, you kind of have to make do with what you have, and when you actually do accomplish something in the game, it actually feels pretty cool. So I think the focus is going to kind of shift more toward playing on those accounts, maybe not so much on my main account. You know, obviously I'm still going to want to help out the clan and do the clan versus clan stuff and all that, but, you know, it's, I guess I just need to find ways to have more fun on that account. And so I think what I'm going to wind up doing is just kind of doing some goofy stuff, like building champions that people might think are stupid, or doing like little challenges with certain champions. I already have one in mind that I might be able to get done by next week, where I'm building just this hilariously crazy clan boss team, but I'm actually having fun with it, so it's something I want to definitely share and show off there. So, but yeah, long story short, just not feeling the game so much lately, so I guess it's going to take a little bit of a step back, not be dedicating as much time playing this game, because this game takes up a lot of time, and it's just something I realized yesterday when I kind of had a little bit of a breakdown. I was like, man, I'm just giving this game too much of my life right now. You know, it's like I'm getting off work and immediately going in, booting up my gaming PC, jumping on Raid, doing all my dailies. Like, you know, while I'm at work, it's like I have it on in the background and running Minotaur or running, you know, Dragon or something on there, and it's taken away from my productivity. And so yeah, it's just something where, you know, once in a while, every time something like that happens in life, you kind of just have to take a step back and kind of evaluate. And it's just a game, you know. I think at the end of the day, we all need to keep that in mind. If it's just a game, and if, you know, I know a lot of people will like to complain about stuff, but at the end of the day, if it's that much of an issue where it's causing problems and just making you upset, like, just walk away from it for a little bit, I think is the best thing I could say. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm still going to be playing, obviously, but I'm just going to kind of take a little bit of a break, especially from my main account. Let's see if we got these. We didn't get the quest done. We got one more to do. All right, cool. But yeah, so again, now that everyone is sufficiently depressed, I guess we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming. So, but yeah, I'll be trying to make a little bit more fun content here, you know, coming up in the next few weeks or so. I got some fun stuff I actually do want to try. So instead of focusing on beating my head against the wall with faction wars and, you know, blowing all this silver on gear and other stuff, I'm just going to have fun with the game and do goofy stuff that I want to do with it. I think it'll be more interesting, make for some interesting content at least. But anyways, all right, so we're going to finish up our 7th campaign battle here. And we actually got most of our dailies done in pretty quick. It's about less than 15 minutes. So, you know, you can get the dailies done pretty fast. It's just all the stuff outside of that you have to do. That kind of makes the play sessions a little bit longer. All right, there we go. We are done with all that. Let's see what we're doing. Oh, we got the weekly finished, so we got another Ancient Shard. Still got a ways to go on the monthly. Take a look at the advanced quest here. We got Doom Tower, Clan Boss, 3 faction war stages, tag team with a single faction. Okay, cool. Let's go see if we can knock that one out real quick. I had actually pushed up almost into bronze too, because of the tag team tournament they had earlier this week, which didn't go too bad. Let's refresh, see if we can get some easier pickings here. What did it say? One entire faction. I think I have, let's see, this, we can make this Dark Elves here at the bottom. I think I have one other Dark Elf I can put on here. Ah, there we go. So they're all, everybody's Dark Elves. Let's go. We can at least get that that free energy. Even if you don't like doing tag team arena, it's good to just come in and do your 5 matches every day to get your energy, to get your advanced quest. Especially now that they added the auto all feature that goes through all of them. You don't really even have to do anything. You can just sit here and lose 3 times in a row, and it'll go through really quickly. But let's see, that first team they had set up there was pretty tough. Let's see how we can do on the second team. At least get some bars that we can try to get our Drexstar fragments. Look at all those buffs they've got going up. How many different buffs do they got? Wow, look at all that. Let's see if we kill this Virtus. Alright, nice. So focus the Mazda Mage here so we could... Sometimes you still have to tell the computer what to do because it just doesn't... You'll get a champion down to 1 hit and then they're like, oh, let's just switch over here and start hitting this other person, let them survive. And usually it's the Reviver, and then the Reviver will revive the whole team. The AI just isn't super bright. Even with the changes that you can now direct what you want your champions to do, they still make some pretty silly mistakes here and there. That was a good one shot there, Kale. Uh-oh, did our game freeze? Oh, there we go. Plarium was having a little bit of a brain fart there. Alright, cool. So we got our win there. We also got our advanced quest done, so we can get a little bit more energy. Let's take a look if we have a clan boss key. We can kind of talk about that. We do not. We get what? Ooh, 11 minutes. Not sure if I want to wait that long. Nightmare is almost done. So that's pretty much what we've been hitting, and that's also been another source of problems for me here. So you can see here we got 3 keys in today. We're about 29.5. Unfortunately, our first 2 keys were like 11 million, and then our last key, I think we only did like 7. The problem is here with our clan now, we're getting to the point where everybody is basically 2 keying, 1 keying Nightmare now. So by the time I can even get in, it used to be like I could log in on my free-to-play account anytime during the day and get all my keys in pretty much on void. Now it's like if I don't get up first thing in the morning and hit 2 keys before like 10 a.m., like it's already down to affinity swap. And it just seems like 99% of the time it switches to Force, which for my free-to-play account is just terrible. And I finally found this team that kind of can get me 7 or 8 million against Force, which is basically just putting Skull Crusher in the lead to take the stun, because he'll cleanse that himself. And then we just finished building Grush. Tomb Lord's not done yet, but he can at least be a poisoner with that when it goes Force. And then we got Mother Superior we used to use on the team, so she's fully built out with... all her masteries finished, so she's again that negative affinity, or that positive affinity to the Force. Then we've got Aox, who we're actually building to switch into our team, and he can do a little bit of healing and put some poison out. So that's kind of been our workaround on Force. But before that, we were only doing 4 or 5 million against Force, because my 2 main damage dealers I built for Clan Boss are Aina and Frozen Banshee. So it's like they're both magic affinity, which if it goes Force, that's basically means you're screwed. So that's putting a little bit of a damper on Clan Boss progression, because, you know, even if we get 2 good keys in early in the morning, it's like we aren't able to get 2 good keys in the afternoon or the evening, and I would already be 4 keying Nightmare pretty easily if it didn't keep swapping affinity so early in the day. So that's kind of unfortunate. Let's see if we got anything decent on the roster. We did 6-star Battle Sage. And I did that mainly, I was thinking about doing Jareg, but I was like, we just built 2 other Clan Boss champions, so let's go ahead and get a champion that's going to help us progress a little bit more in the game. And she is really good for progression. And that's one of the things we need to start working on is dungeons. So that's why I kind of made her the next 6-star. We got to get her fully ascended and then finish rolling her gear up. But she's a pretty decent spot. We've got her at 183 speed already. That's pretty good. And I don't really care much about her damage numbers. We just really want her to be fast and be there to provide her revive and her cleanse and her attack up. And then we had 1 Void Shard on Thursday that I went ahead and pulled, and I got Doom Screech. So again, just another rare. We're still waiting to pull that like really, really amazing Void Champion. But Doom Screech is pretty cool. He's definitely a champion that's overlooked by a lot of people. He's really, really good for the arena. Not so much for the A1, even though it does have the decreased accuracy, but for his A2, which fills everybody's turn meter and gives you the 60% increased defense buff. That's pretty good, especially if you can get him to go before the enemy team. And then he also has this attack hall that puts a shield on himself. So, but really just for this A2 right here, he's really good as a turn meter booster in the arena. So I'm not really sure if we're going to build him, but we're definitely going to hang on to him. Maybe to use later on in the game once we get some more stuff. Let's see. Oh, did I get a shield guard? Let me see if it might be a book for him. Cool there. That'll work. Trying to build up a shield guard because he's actually a pretty solid champion. And you can see here we actually we got another Armiger. I had accidentally fed my other one. I don't remember how that happened, but we got another one, so we're building him up here. Try to get him leveled up and built back up so we can eventually get him to 6-star to be our guy for Spider and Fire Knight, because it's been really difficult to do those dungeons without having that turn meter champion. So we finished Grush. I just still have to get accessories for him. I ran Spider all day today, and I just cannot get anything to drop for him. I don't really want to put that accuracy banner on him because he's already got 240. He's pretty much got plenty of accuracy for Clan Boss. But he's in a pretty good spot. 36k HP, 3000 defense for now until we can get him a banner. And we just kind of have him in perception and accuracy gear because he puts that leech out, and that's really let's see here somewhere. Here we go. He's got the 50% chance to put the leech, and that's kind of why we're using him, because we want to switch up so we can start using different gear for the clan boss to try to get some more damage. So like with Aina, we actually moved her into a relentless set to try to get her to take a bunch of extra turns. The thing with leech though is a lot of people will tell you just put somebody in leech into your clan boss team and you're good. You can just go completely out of lifesteal. That's actually not the case. You look at the lifesteal set here, and you notice it heals by 30% of the damage that you deal. So you kind of want that to work along with your different masteries like Life Drinker. They're going to help you heal back up. So if you go into just leech though, and you take everybody out of that lifesteal, like you'll notice we put Skull Crusher into a set of toxic gear, which we're going to be rolling up here to get that up, just to kind of help him do a little bit more damage. Since his crit rate is atrocious, I haven't been able to get him a good set of crit rate gloves. He's in defense % gloves right now. But moving him out of that now, he doesn't heal up as much when he attacks, even if the leech is up. Because if you have leech out, leech is only going to give you 18% of the damage you do on top of any of your masteries or whatever else. So it cannot fully replace lifesteal by itself. So if you're going to be running a leech champion, if it's just that one guy in your team and you don't have anybody else healing, you really can't move completely out of lifesteal on everybody just yet. But that's kind of why we're building Aox to also stick into our clan boss team. And he's pretty much ready to go. I just need to finish off his mastery. You can see there we got a little bit left to grind out. But Aox actually does heals all allies by 10%. And then for every debuff on the clan boss, he heals for an extra 2.5. He puts out poison. He's got decreased attack also in case someone else doesn't land their decreased attack. He's kind of a backup there for that. And then he can increase the duration of random debuffs anytime he's attacked. So really solid clan boss champion. I'm looking forward to getting his masteries built out finally and getting his gear finished so we can bring him into the team full time. Then he's going to work in conjecture. I don't know what word I'm looking for there, but he's going to work together, I guess. We'll just go with the easy word. He'll be working together with Grush to kind of provide that healing for the team. But I don't think I'll be able to take, like, if I still use Frozen Banshee, I don't think I'm going to be able to take her out of lifesteal just yet. But it's just going to depend. We got a lot of stuff to work on, and eventually I can hopefully take Mountain King out of that clan boss team and put him into some actual gear. Use him in arena or somewhere else. But we got him to 4-star ascended finally. I was working on, like I said, the Force Keep the other day, and it just was not dropping me any of those potions that I needed. So kind of unfortunate there. But let's see, close to this key. 3 minutes. All right, cool. You know what? I'll just kind of ramble on for 3 more minutes, and we will deal with it later. So we got Void Keep open, and then I have to wait till Tuesday to do that Arbiter mission on the Forest Keep. Some cool stuff though this weekend actually was, you know, I didn't have an XP boost until today, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try to work on progressing a little bit. So we actually were able to finish Dragon 20. It's not a fast time, but we got it done. Unfortunately, it doesn't really mean as much now because you've got 21 to 25. And I actually managed to also beat stage 21. So I can kind of show you the teams. It's kind of the team we use, kind of a slow roll, just stay alive, debuff a lot. We got a revive, we got heals. Just kind of a slow roll, but it worked. So it's progression. But see, that's kind of the thing on this account. Like, it doesn't seem that impressive, but that made me feel pretty cool about getting that done. So Ice Golem, we're through stage 20, and then it's really just where we're stuck is basically Spider's Den. We're stuck on stage 14. I tried 15 today. I don't have the champions to get it done in the spirit, or really just in general. We just don't have that turn meter control or the HP burn. We have Ultimate Galek, but we haven't been able to really get that going yet with him when the attack up, because we need to get that attack up champion, and I don't really want to swap Gorgrab's gear around because I need him for my arena team. So it's just, we just don't have, you know, Fire Knight, Spider, you really need specific champions. Fire Knight, we're on 15. Again, we haven't really been trying to progress much past 14 since we've got that down to a decent time. And again, this is just an area where I don't really have the champions with the turn meter. Like, I have the champions with a multi-hit to take down the shield, like Fenchy, but I don't have like the big turn meter producer, like a Cold Heart that I've been trying to get for 10 months now. It's just so bad we can't get a Cold Heart. I just don't understand why it's taking so long for me to get a decent Void champion. So Doom Tower, we actually also did push a little bit this week. We're actually up to floor 50, but I have not tried to fight this guy yet because he's pretty tough. I'm trying to remember who I used to beat him down here. It's like Champ Fort. So I don't know if that same team will work on this level 50 because he does jump up in difficulty quite a bit. But let's see if... see, we had Syl in there, we had Sylar, I think. Let's just see what happens. And we're just going to auto it, but I don't really do Doom Tower too much on this account. I was just trying to push it a little bit to see if we could get some resources. And I thought there was a Void Shard earlier in the tower that we could have got for the 2x, but I was wrong. It's not. It's like up a little bit further. But we'll see if we can get through these waves. Oh, 2 Krisks. That's cool. Get all those shields out there. But this is kind of a decent team here for progression. Kale's a little bit of a glass cannon because he's built for arena, but that's why we have Syl to kind of pick him up if he gets knocked down. You know, Champ Fort and Stag Knight are both built pretty tanky. Sylar's in there mainly just for control, and then Syl is there for revive, damage, a little bit of healing. Looks like they should be able to get through this wave. I'm just doing it on auto. Usually I'll manual the boss waves, but we'll just see if we have any shot at this, because Kale looks like he's going to die already. Unless he gets healed up. Because if I remember correctly, this boss does that specific attack. If you have anybody on the team under 50% health, he gets like some special bonus attack. But what I remember was the Griffin, the first 2 times you fight him in normal tower is not that hard, and then he just takes a huge upswing in difficulty when you get to the last battle with him. I think I remember that from my main account. But yeah, see, Kale's just too fragile to be in here. He's built for arena. He's built for crit rate, crit damage. He's not built for doing damage in dungeons and things. That's kind of the problem I'm having in some of the dungeon progression is it's just like, you know, he's not built for it. So we have to find either another DPS champion to bring in or put Kale in gear to work in dungeons. But like I said, always something to work on. You know, you have all this stuff that you need, but not enough resources or time to do it. So we just make do with what we have. It's kind of what you have to do on the free-to-play. Okay, so he's at 10. He's got this little stack up here, this buff, and when this gets to 20, you're basically screwed. So we need to get him down a lot lower than he is right now. I didn't think they'd do this well though, so this is kind of good. Maybe we'll be able to. We'll be able to beat this. I don't know. But we're at the point now with this boss. Once your HP goes so low, it's like it's hard to stay alive because he'll just start one-shotting people. And then he's got that stun he applies automatically, so still keeps getting stunned, which is not going to help. And then we lost Kale. We're going to lose Stagnite here. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Still needs to revive somebody. Yeah, I don't think this is Okay, she got Stagnite up. Let's see, that's the problem when you get revived, you're below a certain HP threshold, so he's already at 20 stacks, so it's going to be really difficult to get this finished up here. I don't know if Champfort can carry it. Champfort is really tanky, he just doesn't do a lot of damage. But he's like, we're going to lose, if we lose Syl here, we're done. Yeah, that's probably it, unless Champfort can do this by himself. He's going to have to. But he can solo the Scarab King, so maybe he can do the Griffin. It's just that buff strip is really aggravating. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. He's not tanky enough just yet. Alright, well, I think we can do this. We're just going to have to fiddle around with the team a little bit, but I'm not going to do that here. I just wanted to kill some time to try to get a clan boss key in, so let's go ahead and run this Nightmare key. And we'll just stick with the team we used last time, and hopefully they'll get me a 7 to 8 million key. And then we'll get another one in 5 hours, so we might be able... I don't know, we'll see after this. I don't know if we're going to be able to get close to a 4 key or not. I think Tomb Lord, once I get his masteries finished, will actually wind up being a pretty decent champion to bring in here to fill in. But you can see there we've got the leech out, and that's going to give us a little bit of healing. And this team basically is just all about putting out a bunch of buffs on us. But you can see here we got all the poisons that go out. We've got these little poisons come in from Skull Crusher with that poison set on him now. And the most important thing we really need to watch here is keeping up that decrease attack. That's going to really help us, you know, as we try to build this clan boss team to do better in Nightmare and eventually move up to Ultra Nightmare. We've got to have that decrease attack on the boss so that he doesn't hit us very hard every time he's taking those turns, because eventually what happens is he gets up into like turn 15, 16, 17, the damage just starts ramping up exponentially, and he'll just one-shot your guys from, you know, even at full health. So this is working out pretty well. We're keeping that leech on him. Now Tomb Lord is not in lifesteal gear. I don't think anybody here is except for Mother Superior, because she's still in her old clan boss gear. So this is more so our spirit guys just surviving because they're strong affinity. And then Skull Crusher in the lead slot is going to take that stun for us most of the time there. And he cleanses that off himself, which is pretty good. But you can see here the damage just isn't there. You know, you're at turn 7 and only 2 million damage. If this was my other team that I use on Void, we'd be right around 5 or 6 million already. But there's just not a lot of you're relying here mostly on the poison damage. And that's why when it goes Force, it's just so hard to get Frozen Banshee to be effective. But you can see there, he just clears the stun. But this team here usually will survive to like turn 25, and that's kind of where it's just eventually they last long enough where they start doing some damage to get it to 7 or 8 million. But, you know, it would be a lot better against Void, obviously. You know, Tomb Lord without a Giant Slayer, he just can't do much. You know, Grush hits actually fairly hard now that he has War Master on him. But, you know, I'm going to just have to get him better gear to get his damage up. So we got 8 stacks of attack down on the boss. That's pretty funny. Decrease attack, he's got 8. That's funny. But he put his increase attack buff up, so... It's not hitting us too hard just yet, but it's going to start ramping up here pretty soon. Okay, looks like Aox is getting some poison out there. But yeah, survivability is no issue. It's just getting the damage out when you're using these champions that are designed to survive. It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like mainly we usually have Aina and Mountain. Yeah, I could have put Mountain King in to do a little bit of damage here, but you know, I know this team will last a little bit of time. Okay, we got some good poison ticks there, but we're only at 5.2. I think I need to get at least 8 million on this key if I want to have a chance of it getting a 4 key. But with it being forced, that's kind of a long shot. Yeah, we're gonna lose Tomb Lord pretty soon. Probably next attack, we're gonna lose maybe 1 or 2 people next attack. Okay, we just lose Tomb Lord, that's fine. Again, he's not in that lifesteal gear, so it's kind of tough for him to stay in this. Okay, Aox is down. Turn 22. He's going to start hitting us pretty hard here. Let's see here. At least we got the unkillable up on Skullcrusher. He should take, yeah, he'll get at least another turn here. Might be able to get 7 million here. But it's going to be tough. Alright, 7 million, and yeah, we're going to get 1 shot there, so it is what it is. It's Force Affinity. It's kind of tough to really do much there. So, but look at Aox though. I mean, 1.3 million, and he's not even. We don't have War Master on him, and the gear. You know, he's not designed to do damage. That's very impressive for him to come in and do that there. So, Grush 1.6, not too bad. And then Skullcrusher actually. That's with that extra poison damage. That's helping him out a lot to be able to do a little bit more damage there. So. It is what it is. I don't think that's going to be... Well, we did finish Nightmare off, at least for the clan there. But we're at 30. Oh, we already did put 4 keys in. Oh, we must have got an extra key from something. So 4 keys, we're at 36. You can see there, about 3 million short of getting that 4 key. Which is unfortunate, you know. So if that affinity change had stayed magic or even gone spirit, we would have definitely been able to do it. But, you know, I will be able to get another key before reset. So we'll get the top chest at least. We'll get the 2x the top chest, so that's cool. Hopefully we can get something decent, maybe a Void Shard or 2 to pull tomorrow. That'd be kind of nice. But I wouldn't hold my breath because the Nightmare chest, I don't know, just doesn't seem to drop great rewards all the time. Anyways, guys, this episode's gone on, I think, long enough now. Almost 40 minutes here, so it's probably a good time to go ahead and bring it to an end. But that was Free to Play Friday again. Apologize for it being on Saturday, but like I said, just needed to take a little bit of time away from the game, and I'm gonna be doing that a lot more often here. Just kind of working on some things outside of Raid, just taking a step back, kind of reset a little bit. So just this game is getting to be too much like a job, you know, and when it starts doing that, it's just not enjoyable anymore. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions about anything you saw in the video, feel free to leave it down below, and I'll do my best to get you an answer as soon as I can. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.